Hi there, folks. This is the Saturno V3.6. So the Saturno is a P30. Version 3 came out back in 2009 by our good friend Alexandre Cruz, who has been designing some really nice stuff over the years. And so V3.6 is his latest and greatest P30. I became aware of the Saturno series quite some time ago. I think prior to V3, videos showed up on the internet of this really nice flying sub-fin P30. You can see the fins on the bottom, but very nicely built airplane, or designed airplane. Mine's not nicely built, I threw it together. But anyway, highly successful airplane with quite a contest record. So it's been, several versions have been published in Free Flight Digest, which is here in the US, which I figure is usually pretty high praise when a foreign magazine publishes your airplane. Anyway, bottom line is highly successful airplane that has made the rounds. However, this one is different from any other P30 ever. So it was just a couple months ago that V3.6 was published in Free Flight Digest. But it was not this V3.6. I don't know if you can see. Those look like gussets. Those are not actually gussets. All those longerons, they are laser cut. And so everything in this airplane, including all of the strip wood, leading edges, all that is laser cut, and most of it is notched. So pretty cool stuff. I mean, look at all this. Now, I've modified the airplane in one regard, which is that I put a pop-off wing dethermalizer on it. And so I don't know if you can really see, but there's snap swivel and a line going back to the tail, because I like P30s to come down securely. Anyway, just to clarify, this is a kit. You can get it on our website. So thanks Alexandre, because this is pretty awesome, and I love being able to offer something like this. So I've not flown this other than a couple hand glides that were nose heavy. So we're actually going to start you at nose heavy and let y'all have a look at how it trims out. All right, so we are CG'd at 55% cord. Airframe is 41 grams as shown and has just under 10 grams of rubber on board, 4 strands of 1/8. And I've just got the stabs set as it came out there. It does have a screw adjuster, so let's see a test glide. Looks a little nose heavy there. Let me try that one more time. When I say nose heavy, under elevated is another term. It depends. You have to do a little bit of figuring out what the difference is between nose heavy and not, but his plans specifically say CG at 55% cord, so we're going to leave it there. Yeah, that's holding kind of nose down. So we're going to add some incidence by unscrewing that stab screw a little. All right, so we have a little more incidence there. Let's see what that gives us. Hard to tell. Looks like it's pretty close. I keep getting my hand stuck on that line. Let's try one more. I gotta stop throwing it into a stall. Try again. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. Let's crank a few turns into it and see. This stooge is about 15, 16 years old. Dad built it for me when I was just getting started with college. Anyway, we're gonna crank in just a few turns here. About, I don't know, 200 or so. And we'll see what that gives us. I'm just looking for little over one full row of knots in the rubber. 4 strands of 1/8 braided so that it tensions itself. And let's see here. My nose block on here is keyed. You see I've got this little notch, and right up here in that corner right there, there's a corresponding little triangle, and that means nose block only goes in that way. It won't fit any other way, only that way. That way I don't have to think about it. I just can kind of feel for it and load it up. When you're under the pressure of competition, don't really want to have to think about that kind of stuff. All right, first powered flight. We've got a few degrees of down and right thrust, so let's see how this goes. Well, that's not half bad. Didn't really expect it to have any climb, but there it is, climbing on just a few turns. See what happens here. It's very responsive to air movements. I like that. Holds a very nice nose-high attitude. And we're dead sticking there. Not a lot of circle in the glide. May have to fix that. Alright, so we've cranked in a few more turns. I'm a little alarmed by how unstable the conditions are. So we're going to light this guy up. So I don't want to lose my plane. And there we go. So, off we go into the wild blue yonder. There's definitely vertical air movement, lots of it, as she's bouncing around between lift and sink. Good thing I lit that DT. She's going to need a little bit of right rudder, it seems. That's some weird sauce going on there. Huh. Weird. Weird, man. Okay, so we've got the airplane here in the shop. If you can't tell, welcome to the shop. Laser is running over here, making Supermax 2 parts for, among others, my buddy Gene Drake, who ordered a bunch of those. And so it's a mess right now because we're still getting everything with the product line set up, but those kits are all going together. Anyway, the fuse went, so I needed to replace the rubber band on this. So we're just going to pop the old fuse out, put a new fuse in, and then we're going to flip this over and we're going to give it some right rudder. The reason we're giving it right rudder is because under power it was just stalling straight ahead, and we have no glide turn. So ordinarily under power, if it's doing that, we'd give it a little bit of down, a little bit of right thrust, but it's not turning as it comes out. You would expect normally for it to crank in, and it wasn't doing that. So we're going to give it some right rudder, because that gives us an opportunity to influence both glide and climb at the same time, and both climb and glide need basically the same thing. Oh, laser dinged. Let's set it back to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break off a little piece of 1/16 here, and I'm just going to make myself a gurney flap to go on the bottom of my rudder. This will also cause a roll moment, I hope. There we go. Because by pushing down here, we actually roll the airplane to the right. Now I should use like glue stick or something that's removable, instead of stick it to your fingers glue. There we go. And I've got crud hanging off, but that's okay. Alright, so we'll rubber band this back on. I can't really do hands and plane at the same time, so it is what it is. So I had this thing loaded up to go and was about to leave the shop, and I looked down and I see a California number on my phone, and it's Bud Romack. I guess I'm moving up in the world. Anyway, yeah, so pretty cool to talk to the greatest there ever is, just as I'm going out to trim a very nice P-30. So anyway, we have put our shim on, so we're going to see what happens. And so let me get this thing lit up and we'll put it in the air. Here it goes. So far we're looking good. Very, very active air right now, if you can't tell. Nice secure turn. Not getting very high. It's not in very good air. The issue is, if it perseveres, it could pop through that at any point and start climbing strongly away. If you notice there, all of a sudden it is picking up some height. Fortunately, it seems to not be riding that bubble real well, but I'm probably still going to have to be picking it out of a tree. Yeah. There's a lift building there. Oh. Plop. Alright, give it a few more turns this time. We're short fusing it for probably under a minute. So let's see what this gives us. Looking very good so far. Hopefully I don't end up picking it out of too bad of a tree. I can't tell if it's in lift at the moment. But it is getting very good height. This is much better height than I would have expected. And there's the dethermalizer. Plop. Alright, a little longer fuse this time, and even more power. You can hear somebody already yelling, "How can you fly that close to those trees? Blah, blah, blah." Part of life. Make do with what you got. Man, it looks nice going up there. A really nice flying airplane. I mean, not much trimming has been required. We'll have to talk about the warps I put in the wing, built into it at some point, but I don't know that they're even necessary. But man, look at that. That's just gorgeous up there. It's on 4 strands of 1/8. That's a pretty strong climb for still not being that high up the torque curve on a motor that thin. Especially with a modern, very, very high-pitched P-30 prop. Sorry the camera is shaking a little. I'm kind of trying to walk some as we go here. No real thermal activity there. It's actually slowly descending a little. If anything, I think there's a little bit of a downdraft there. No, it's just dead sticking. Okay. Finally, oh, and plop. Perfect. Alright, so thoughts so far. Obviously, I'm going to give you a little bit more footage. We're going to try to get some calm conditions this evening and really uncork it. I'm at the limit of what I can do here right now without getting it tangled up in the trees. And with the pop-off wing and that line back there, I really want to avoid having to cut the line if it goes in a tree. So anyway, I think as a beginner's model so far, what we're seeing is that this is a superb airplane. It's very easy to trim. Is a little interesting to build because of the deeply undercambered airfoil, so I would still recommend building an Echo first. But this is a very, very good, very robust airplane. Just a joy to build and a joy to fly. I like it. It flies like an outdoor-indoor model. You can make it go up much, much faster, but I prefer this power setup. And with a little more torque, it is going to move out. You'll get to see a little of that. But anyway, I'm happy so far. Hi, I'm Josh Finn. This is Hope. We are J&H Aerospace.
If you like this video, hit the like button.
Also, how about subscribe to our channel and check out jhaerospace.com for new free flight products and all of the tooling that you'll need to build them.
Thanks for watching.